Ambulance emergency, tell me exactly what's happened.
Emergency ambulance, what's the address of the emergency? Tell me exactly what's happened.
When the most serious emergencies strike, the ambulance has 8 minutes to respond.
Right, I'm going to tell you what to do, right?
With 999 calls doubling in London over the past 10 years.
I'm not asking if you're an atheist, I'm asking, do you want an ambulance?
In the control centre, every single one needs a split-second decision. Who needs an ambulance quickest?
It's so critical that we try and cut him down. It's the only way that we're going to be able to try and save his life.
And who must wait?
And I'm an ambulance, please.
Kathleen, the ambulance will not be coming to you tonight.
Kathleen.
Kathleen?
From the moment a call comes in.
It's been stabbed in the stomach.
Looking for any ambulance for a 16-year-old who's had her hand slashed by a machete.
Another stabbing?
Crews race to save lives.
Seconds feel like minutes, minutes feel like hours when you're waiting for an ambulance.
My name's Peter, all right? We're going to look after you. We're going to give some very, very strong pain medicines.
We've got a 94-year-old female who's fallen.
I need to know if he's breathing or not. It's really important.
He's as drunk as 1,000 people.
The NHS is under unprecedented pressure.
There was a hanging, there was a 4-year-old that's fallen 20 foot, and now we've got another double stabbing.
You're the Queen of England, so why have you dialed 999?
As London grows by over 100,000 people a year,
You've overdosed, fella. You've overdosed.
ambulances are struggling to keep up. The situation is now critical.
Someone's taken my Echo 231 for something else.
Another cardiac arrest, another deceased.
Please, God, be an ambulance. Be an ambulance.
This is the story behind the sirens. Through the eyes of the London Ambulance Service.
Did you see what you were shot with? A shotgun?
I think essentially we should say that she's gone. It's time to stop.
Sometimes it's just not easy. But you go on to your next job. Because there's somebody else that you can help.
Oh, London has woken up. Here we go.
Is she breathing?
No.
She's not breathing?
No.
OK, sir, I need you to be really clear for me now. Is she breathing or is she not breathing? Because if she's not breathing, you need to help her now.
It's a normal Tuesday night, and D-Watch is in the control centre.
Emergency ambulance. What's the address of the emergency?
I'm in E1 at the moment with a friend of mine, and it appears that he has been stabbed across his ribcage area.
In the first 4 hours of tonight's shift, they've already taken nearly 1,000 calls.
Hello, I'm a specialist nurse. I've got a white to my arm. It's been stabbed in the lower quadrant of his stomach. He's bleeding really a lot. I need an ambulance to ASAP. That's Bond Street Underground Station.
That's good. Got now 71.
Yeah.
He's collapsed. Looks like he's having a heart attack. Might have stopped breathing.
4405, another stabbing, but it's in the fingers from the police.
At 10 o'clock, there are 24 patients waiting for an ambulance in northwest London. One has been waiting for 4 hours and 20 minutes.
I've got a patient over here who's been waiting an hour and 20 minutes, and every time we assign a truck, somebody else has chest pains or gets stabbed or has a convulsion or something. Unfortunately, we've got too many calls, not enough trucks, and a lot of very sick people tonight.
It's Francis's job as a dispatcher to make sure the most urgent calls get assigned to the ambulance crews who are closest to them.
Once you think you've got everything sorted out, a new piece arrives that doesn't fit and you have to rejig and remove everything.
No problem, thank you. Bye. Echo 131 available.
A colleague of mine described it as playing a nightmarish game of Tetris, so it never stops.
Francis allocates ambulances in the northwest of London. One patient waiting is elderly faller Eric.
Elderly fallers don't get put to the back of the queue, but unfortunately, if they're conscious and breathing and relatively alert, it comes up as an amber call. It's now been 3 hours that this guy's been waiting. He's 92 and has a back injury.
Right, ready?
I'm good.
Shaney and Dave have just come on shift. They're the closest crew to Eric.
Let's go.
When you hit green, that means you're ready for your next call.
Available on radio.
We call it greening up. That makes EOC aware that you are ready to take your next call.
We're going to...
How old is this?
Eric, who's fallen over. He's got a back injury and he's slouched on a chair.
Call came in at what time?
7 o'clock.
Oh, man. It's 10 o'clock. 3 hours old.
And he's 92. Bless him.
3 hours ain't fair, is it?
No.
Poor old Eric. Let's go and see if he's all right.
Shaney and Dave are a 5-minute drive from Eric's house. 2 miles away, at Hampstead train station, an emergency miscarriage call is in progress.
The head's coming. No heartbeat. I've had a scan. There's no heartbeat today. She had a scan.
Just reassure her that she is doing very well, okay? And help will be with her as soon as possible, okay?
Shaney and Dave are now 300 metres from Eric's front door. The miscarriage patient in Hampstead is a higher priority, so the allocated desk must divert them to Hampstead.
No, it's cancelled.
It cancelled again.
But this is upsetting because obviously now he's got to wait longer.
17 weeks and the patient head is visible. So, potentially a premature labour for a 17-weeker.
Oh,
hold on, guys.
Baby's head is showing.
That's not nice. Non-viable, isn't it? 17 weeks.
She's still got to give birth to it, hasn't she?
Is the baby completely out now?
No, there's just a bowl.
Okay. Have her push hard to get the baby out.
There, the ambulance is here.
Okay, I'm still going to stay on the line until they're right there by you, okay?
But
Keep breathing the gas. Keep breathing the gas. Just concentrate on the gas, my darling, all right? Just relax. I need you to keep calm. Keep taking the gas in here, darling. Are you feeling like you want to push? You are beginning to open a little, darling, all right?
Oh, please don't panic me.
I'm not... Why are you panicked?
I know, I'm not
What are you
panicked.
Does it make you feel better if I tell you I've delivered 17 babies already?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't worry. You're in safe hands, all right?
God, I am.
When you feel the urge to push, just try and pant through.
Pant?
Yeah, with the gas and air, because the longer you leave it to push, the easier it will be for you, all right?
Thank you for helping me.
That's all right.
That's why we're alive today, because of people like you. And I'm ever so sorry for my feet smell. What a way to go. My tooth, my
Shaney, can you just give me, how old is she?
26. You've been told it's a miscarriage.
Yeah, no heartbeat, yeah.
Okay.
Aerobase Echo 380. Can you show us blue to the rule 3 and ready for details over?
This stuff's free.
Oh no, I don't want to.
I'm saying that it's free, so have as much as you want.
I should buy you a cup of tea or something, because you deserve it. The amount of work you...
We're fine, my darling. Just relax.
Oh, Amy.
It's all right, darling.
I'm gonna...
You can. You can and you will. Pant. Pant through it. Pant through it. You're okay. You're okay.
Another cardiac arrest, another deceased.
We're holding 13 at the moment on the northwest, and our oldest call now is 3 hours and 1 minute that we've been holding. That's a 3-year-old with a high temperature. I'd like to be holding not any at all. That's the aim, but
does that ever happen?
It's not happened for a long time.
There have been 350 999 calls in the past 2 hours. And in northwest London, there are currently no ambulance vehicles available for the 1.2 million people who live there.
What it is, Mum, she recently got infected. If anything happened,
we have a official side of things.
It's impossible for me to say. This is really an emergency ambulance line.
I don't know, it's just torturing, it's terror, it's nasty, it's shouting, it's hatred, it's nightmarish, it's shouting.
You know, you've said that before.
Yeah, but you won't realise that nightmarish torture and terror is horrible.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
Yeah, we've got a 94-year-old female who's fallen.
She's still on the floor.
Yeah.
And what's her name, please?
It's Peggy.
Sorted.
Swallow House. We were there the other day. Peggy.
Ambulance crew Andy and Dean have just accepted their 4th call of the night. It's to another elderly faller, Peggy. She has a heart condition, and they travel on blue lights for the 2.1-mile journey to her flat.
Peggy, what happened?
You tell me.
Can you not remember falling?
Yes, I do.
Did you fall from sitting or standing?
Standing.
Can you point your toes to the ceiling? Move your legs, Peggy. There you go, marvellous. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to have a little...
Elderly patients like Peggy account for 2/3 of all ambulance call-outs in London.
What time did you fall, Peggy? How long ago?
Well, quite a while, because I couldn't remember where I left my pendant.
Oh, dear. No. Where was it?
On the kitchen table.
Right, should we get you
But
up?
I had to get to it.
Did you?
See?
Should we sit you up? Bend your legs, Peggy. How's that? Okay?
Yes. I think I just felt a little bit dizzy.
Okay. Well,
But I'm not certain.
Okay. Look, first things first, should we get you up, get you into a chair, and then we can do some checks, eh? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Marvellous.
There you go. Marvellous indeed. So we're going to... Just feel your wrist quickly. Where do you sit? On the wheelie one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You're not going to go anywhere. Just pop yourself down. Whee. Do you want me to make you another cup of tea?
Oh, I'd love a cup.
I know, because your one was on the floor. How'd you like your tea? Do you have sugar?
3 sweeteners.
3 sweeteners.
Peggy is visited by a carer 2 times a week. Public spending on elderly care services has dropped 9% in the last 5 years.
So you felt a bit short of breath, stood with your back to the sink.
Short of breath now.
And how long's that been going on for?
Couple of weeks.
Have you seen your doctor about it?
No.
Okay.
I'm panting now.
I can tell. It's probably because you're talking a lot. It might be an idea to pop you to hospital. You might have a bit of a chest infection. Look, you can have a listen to your chest. How many smokes do you have a day?
Didn't start to do it, A02.
I've been to you before. Just because you told me that you started smoking when you were 80. Was it because you started putting weight on? That's it. I remember coming to you before. Started when she was 80 years old. Brilliant.
And now I'm down to about 2 a day.
Have you? You're cutting down.
And I don't enjoy them.
Do you not? But it keeps you slim. Need to borrow a finger to do your blood sugar.
Okay.
You're diabetic, ain't you?
I don't care.
I need to come up under your jumper to have a listen to your chest. Is that okay?
Of course. It was only a little prick.
What you calling him? You said it, not me. He's been called worse tonight. Yeah. Crackles upper right. Reduced air entry. Have you been able to sleep all right?
I'm not a good sleeper.
No. All right, you might need a chest x-ray. Is it all right with you if we pop you in? You can finish your tea.
Keep me in.
They probably will, because look at the time it is.
The first time I went in, they kept me restricted to the bed for 3 weeks. I lost the use of my legs.
Yeah, She's tacky now. She wasn't tacky before. They're a bit tight, aren't they?
Peggy's heart rate is getting dangerously high. Worried that her condition is deteriorating, Andy and Dean decide to take her into hospital.
That's it, it's on.
Thank you.
36.
You are my saviour.
Right, Peggy, time to get you in our chair, young lady.
Just stay there a minute, Peggy.
Wait there, Peggy.
Okay.
I'm just setting things up, all right?
Grab my elbows.
Give Dean a bit of a hug.
Grab my elbows. I'll come.
Nobody has any time for anybody in London anymore. But if you're elderly, they can be quite isolated. You have to assume that in calling 999 and asking for an ambulance, they're kind of at their wits' end.
What did you say?
Arms in here.
There you go.
Like you just don't care.
You're the only people in the world who can help them. And that's a huge responsibility.
A what? Really? On our chair? You have made our day.
I can't believe it.
She was very good.
I honestly cannot believe it.
That was moving down there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the Royal Free Hospital, Shani and Dave's miscarriage patient turns out not to be pregnant at all and has run off.
What can you do?
I can't believe I was so badly had.
Oh well.
Fucking hell! I can't believe it. I've never been had like that, ever.
Hello, Echo 380.
I'm just calling for an update on this young lady.
It seems that this hasn't been her first visit today. I swear to God, everything down there was bulging as if something was going to come out of it. We obviously blew her into the Royal Free because we was concerned and wanted her to be seen straight away because she'd been told that she's going to miscarry and it's a stillborn. And obviously when we got there, the Royal Free recognised that she'd been in 4 times already that day by ambulance.
Was it her 4th visit to the Royal Free today?
Yeah.
So she is known to you guys. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know if there's underlying mental health issues or if she just enjoys hoaxing the emergency services. Nice one. Thank you, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye. It's an abuse of the service, and whether the abuse of the service can be excused or not, that's the only question. If the person has no mental health issues and just likes the color of ambulances, then it's extremely irritating.
Yeah, she's on the phone again.
She's on the phone again?
Yeah. Via buses.
Area controller Anne-Marie listens to the second call from the woman claiming to be having a miscarriage to assess the situation.
Are you the patient?
Yeah, I've collapsed on the floor and I've blacked out and I've knocked my tooth out and I've just been vomiting a lot. I've got pancreatitis.
Sure, and how many weeks pregnant are you?
Oh, 5.
5 weeks, okay.
Yeah, she's saying she's knocked her tooth out now as well. It's rather annoying if she's obviously wasting everybody's time.
Really? All right, I'll pass that on. Thanks for that, mate. Cheers. Bye-bye. Tony Mowat said he's had her a couple of months ago, identical situation, just giving birth on a bus with some visible bulge and screaming like a banshee, and they sent 2 crews down for the same thing. So this is months this has been going on. People take it for granted. If people in London had to pay £500 every time they phoned an ambulance, we wouldn't get half the calls we get. If they knew what it would be like to pay, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't abuse the service the way they do.
Hello, 380, it's Anne-Marie, you all right?
Hello, Anne-Marie, you all right?
She's called again.
Oh, she's called again?
She's really convincing because I've listened to the tape and she's saying that she fell, she's hit her head, she's blacked out and had loss of consciousness. She doesn't know for how long and she's knocked her tooth out.
Oh, she said that she'd knocked her tooth out to me as well.
Yeah.
So that's not a new thing.
Does you want us to go run on it again?
Do you want us to run on it again?
Would you mind?
No, we'll run on it again.
Yeah, send it down.
Yeah.
We can't say, oh, it's her again, not send an ambulance. Because that may be the one time that there is actually a person there with that description of diagnosis who is in labor. And it would be a death sentence if we didn't send an ambulance. But it's maddening, unfortunately.
So we think this is her again. 4 months pregnant.
999 activated.
It's mad that she's phoned in again. It's absolutely crazy. It's changed her story, isn't she, this time? It looks different. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm intrigued to know what she's going to say when she sees us, though, because we've now seen her once before.
Her face might be a bit of a picture. But I can't believe that she keeps phoning in. Surely she's going to realise that we know...
Well, she must know that in a small area, there's a possibility she might get the same ambulance crew, surely.
Well, yeah, you'd expect, wouldn't you?
I've had miscarries myself. Quite a horrific thing to go through. As you miscarry, you feel so empty inside. You have a sense of loss, and you're grieving over something that you haven't got.
Cancelling all functions.
So you do quite often relate what you've been through in life to calls. All right. Why don't we get in the back of the ambulance and we can have a proper chat there, yeah?
I'm just really sorry I didn't tell you the truth earlier, and I thought you was going to say, oh, alcoholics, we don't want to treat you.
Alcohol's a condition, isn't it? You follow Dave. I'm not going to tell you off. What I'm going to say to you is what you've got to understand.
I've caused a lot of nuisance tonight.
Yeah.
I've called with the ambulance
And
crew.
you've had a lot of ambulances out. I'll be honest with you, when you called, we was going to a 95-year-old who'd been on the floor for 3 hours. And we was round the corner from his address and we got cancelled to come to you.
So sorry.
I'm not saying it to make you feel bad.
No, I won't. No, I should.
I'm being honest with you.
I'm to myself.
I myself, I've had a couple of miscarriages, so it's very close to home, the subject. So is it like an attention thing? Or...
I haven't got my children with me. My mum looks after my children because of the alcohol intake. But now, because I drink so much alcohol, it's making me really ill.
Yeah. All I can stress to you is there's a question of whether the police might end up arresting you for nuisance calling.
No, I understand.
You've got to consider that as well, because there are people out there who need our help, that really need our help. But you've got to understand that the concept of when you call an ambulance, you've now seen for yourself what happens.
Someone needed your help when
When it turns out it's all fake, you have to look at the bigger picture. What is she going through? What makes someone want to fake something as big as that? I do feel very sorry for her, because she's obviously in a bad place herself to do that.
No, I'm really sorry. That's made me feel really bad now about that.
Well,
I could have been my granddad on my hands.
I'm being honest with you, just so you know.
You only needed one ambulance today, didn't you?
I did, and they could have helped me.
You didn't need 5.
I could have been asleep. I could have been asleep now in the hospital. Pain-free.
Shani and Dave have now spent nearly 3 hours dealing with this patient, and they still need to take her to hospital, leaving other crews to deal with the incoming 999 calls.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I was smoking a roll-up, but instead of using roll-up paper, I used some old Weetabix paper and tried the Weetabix box. And now I'm getting breathing difficulties.
You can't shout and scream at me like that, my love, okay?
Fuck off! I can let you help me when I'm fucking dead
Get you some help, okay?
Is the baby completely out now?
Yes.
Is the baby completely out?
Completely down, yes.
Is the baby crying?
Yes, the baby's crying.
It's just gone 2:30 a.m, and Andy and Dean have been treating Peggy for the last hour and a quarter.
No, don't say that.
They throw me away.
Throw you away? I'm not going to do that.
You're an officer, a gentleman.
You can call me a gentleman, but not an officer.
There's something else you want to know.
What's that?
That thing I said I had when you bumped me down the stairs. I've never had one of those in my life. I wouldn't know what it was like.
Oh dear.
I've had 2 husbands and 1 lover.
You've had what?
2 husbands
Yeah.
and 1 lover.
Yeah.
But they were useless in bed.
Were they?
Mm.
Oh no. I don't know what to say, Peggy.
Normally a bit late, isn't it?
She looks worse now, though. Now we've moved her and brought her down here.
Let's just blue her in anyway.
Yeah.
You all right, Peggy? Peggy, how you feeling? You tired? Have a little bit of a sleep if you need to. Yeah? Is it well past your bedtime, is it? Yeah? There you are, Peggy. Should we wrap this, pop the blanket further up around your neck? Lift your chin up. There you go. Okay? All right?
It's very, very important to treat people like Peggy with the respect and the dignity that you'd hope to be treated with when your final days eventually come.
You all right, Peggy? You're welcome. You feel like the Queen?
Has my driving woken her up?
No, she said she feels like the Queen.
Oh, does she?
I think that's a testament to your driving.
Ah, it's like driving Miss Daisy.
You might be the last person with whom they have any kind of relationship with, really.
Just pulling up, Dean.
Hey?
Just pulling up. All right, mate.
And if you can just give them a little bit of happiness, a little bit of joy, a little bit of sense that they're not all alone in the world necessarily for however long they've got left, then yeah, very, very important. It's one of the most important jobs in the world, I think.
Right then, young lady, let's get you seen to, eh? We can't do that.
I know.
You've just got the oxygen going up into your nostrils. It's not we don't catch on that wire, mate. You know, when you look at someone, I was thinking, are you just gonna go?
And then she was just fine.
Yeah, it was weird. Because when she started going, I just want to die, and I'm thinking,
yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
Don't make them like that anymore.
Uh-uh. They're a dying breed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
Somebody had a knife in his hand and stabbed the guy. I didn't see how he stabbed him.
Where has he been stabbed?
In his leg.
12 hours later, and D-Watch is back at work for the Wednesday night shift.
I feel like I'm ever slowed down. Why have you not a flash?
Londoners call for an ambulance more than any other region, logging 1.9 million emergency calls a year.
Busy, very busy. People are staying out longer because the sun's out. Instead of heading home an hour ago, they're still out and having fun and drinking and crashing cars and falling over and punching each other and all the usual stuff.
Since the start of tonight's shift, the call takers have received nearly 200 calls from across London.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
Because I cannot get in my house.
You can't get in your house?
No, I can't get in my house.
Hold on. Sorry, can I stop you there? You've called for an emergency ambulance. We deal with cardiac arrest, bleeding, stuff like that, taking people to hospital. So, is anybody injured or hurt or ill?
No, no one, no.
Then why have you asked for the ambulance? That's all we deal with. We cannot deal with people getting into their homes.
My sister took an overdose and we can't wake her up.
She's taken an overdose, okay. Darling, you need to take a deep breath for me. We're going to get her some help, okay? Is she breathing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, darling, listen to me. I need you to get right next to her, okay?
I can't go in there, Mum.
Okay, can you pass your phone to your mum, please?
Yeah, I'm on the phone now.
Okay, we need to check her breathing now, because if she's not breathing, we need to start CPR.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Is she breathing? She's still making a noise. Hey, darling, we need to start CPR, okay?
Speed is of the essence in cardiac arrest cases, and for the best chance of survival, chest compressions need to start as soon as possible.
Right, I'm going to give you some instructions. Place the heel of your hand on her breastbone in the centre of her chest, right between her nipples, okay? And put your other hand on top.
The average 999 call lasts just over 5 minutes. Across the desk, Emma has been on the line to a man threatening to take his own life for half an hour.
We're trying to help you. Whereabouts are you?
31 bus stop.
The 31 bus stop. What are you outside of? What shops can you see?
My aunt's in my order.
Because I want to help you.
You're lighting me up now. I'm going to smash some break windows.
No, why are you going to do that? Don't start smashing things up. Why do you feel like you want to do that? Count out loud for me. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, they're doing it now.
They're doing it now. Okay, I'm going to leave you with the paramedics, okay?
You don't understand me. People, that's what I am.
You're not a bad person. You're just somebody going through a bad time. I'm here with you, so you can talk to me. So don't focus on smashing things up around you.
With psychiatric patients, especially suicidal patients, you never know when they're going to put that phone down, and then you may lose contact with them, you know, for good. It's so important to make sure that at the beginning of the call that you try and get as much information as possible.
We'll jump on the bridge today or tomorrow.
But we don't want you to jump off any bridge. Please don't do that, David. All right, we've got an ambulance out so that we can help you.
I don't run. I'm going to go.
Where are you going?
I'm going to run.
Please don't go. Stay on the phone with me. We're going to get some help to you. You'll feel better.
Going to a male stating he wants to die and that he wants to jump in the river. I've never done anyone jumped in the river. Have you?
Yeah.
You have?
Twice.
Twice?
I had one that jumped in at Camden Lock and we retrieved him. He was fine though, he was just extremely cold. And another one, I went along the embankment and...
The embankment?
Yeah, there was a body floating.
Oh no.
So it wasn't really a...
So he was dead?
Yeah.
Dave, can you see any ambulances anywhere?
I'm going to run away.
What are you going to run away from?
The chest pains, girl. I'm going to smash them.
They're coming there to help you. Were they with the... There's no reason for them to put you in a cell.
Please.
Okay, 380.
380, good evening. Reference this patient on 3465. He seems to be going mobile in and out of various locations. Now he's apparently outside the McDonald's at the bus stop. Police are on scene trying to find him, but I don't believe they've made contact with him either. But if you see police, that's probably who they'll be looking for, over.
Roger that. Cheers, mate. Thanks for the update.
What do you want me to do, David?
Let me run.
David, it's okay. It's all right. They're there to help you.
The McDonald's flashing lights. I'm driving away. I'm running away.
Please don't run away.
I've got to go.
Don't put the phone down.
Hello.
Hi.
So this is a David, but it's not the David.
No. Okay, so we don't know where he's gone.
He was saying he wanted to kill himself and all that.
Yeah. So what's going on with him today that he feels like he's going to kill himself?
I don't know. I haven't seen him for a long time.
How did you happen to meet with him today?
I was sitting there and he left.
You just bumped into each other on the street, did you? So how are we going to find him then?
If he goes down there, you might see him walking around.
What way did he go? Did he go?
He went to McDonald's to go toilet.
Yeah.
And then he was on the phone to someone.
Yeah.
And then I went across the road and he's coming out and he see me, but then he went down there.
So did he have the station on his left? So he's gone towards
Straight up the
Camden
high
Lock?
road. Straight up the high road. All right, then. Just got an update, actually. Let's have a look. Here we go. Call estates can see ambulance crews outside McDonald's. Some more updates. Call estates wants to run away. Trying to go back round. If we go back round and go back to McDonald's, mate, that's all we can do in it, really.
The London Ambulance Service now treats nearly 2,700 patients every week with mental health problems.
It's one of two things. He might be doing it for the attention, and of course he's loving all this if he is. But then it's possibly mental health, and he might be having a real crisis and might just be scared to approach us. It's a difficult one to say.
Yep.
I'm living my life. That's it.
But we don't want you to do that, David. We want to help you.
Someone to bring to my life.
Why don't you speak to someone today so that you don't feel that way? Please let us help you, David. That's what we're here for.
That's what I want. That's what I want to do. My little dad and all that, I don't do this anymore.
We can do something to help you.
No one help me. No one.
Or how about...
No one took me out like I'm a little bastard, that's all I am. I got my life after years ago. I'm scared.
It's a scary thing, yeah. It is a scary thing. But I'm here to help you.
Nobody helped me. Nobody.
There are people that do want to help you. David.
Nobody helped me anymore.
Is that him there on the phone?
Yes, hopefully it is. I think we found him.
Ready?
I don't get an ambulance.
Been to him before.
Can you see the ambulance?
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
You all right?
You can. They're going to help you, all right? Can you hear me still?
You don't need to be upset. We've met you before. We know.
You're not going to be... Don't be scared. We're here to help you, mate.
Relax, my
Come on.
darling.
I'm going to leave you with the ambulance crew, all right, David?
Call handler Emma has spent an hour on the phone to the suicidal patient.
Sometimes you come off of the phone and you think, have I done a good enough job? Sometimes you just want to get in your car and just go round there and tell him everything's going to be all right. But, you know, that's not a possibility, unfortunately. It's very difficult to be there saying, I can't do any more than this. Like, I'm doing as much as I can.
Okay, have you called us before?
Yeah. I'm in terrible pain here. I'm in agony.
Okay, is this Kathleen?
Yeah, I'm in terrible pain here. I'm in agony.
Listen, bear with me 1 second.
Over the past 4 weeks, frequent caller Kathleen has clocked up 87 calls to the ambulance service. She's already been visited by an ambulance crew and a district nurse today.
Paramedics have all assessed that she doesn't need an emergency ambulance, and we're struggling a bit tonight. There is nothing we can do for her. But she's just going to keep calling and keep calling. And she said, I'm going to keep calling till I get one. I was like, no, it don't work like that, Kathleen. We're not social services. You know, we can't take an ambulance off the road, potentially taking it away from someone in cardiac arrest for someone who's been deemed by paramedics as not requiring an ambulance.
Frequent callers cost the NHS almost £19 million a year. A team of clinicians working in the control room must assess if the most prolific 999 callers really need an ambulance.
There are a couple of different ways that frequent callers are defined. One is that they will call 5 times or more in a month, or 12 times or more in 3 months from a residential address. We do have a list of known frequent callers. At the moment, it's around about the 160 that we've got files on that we can access.
Is your breathing normal for you?
No,
You there by yourself? Is someone there with you?
I'm on my own.
Okay. All right, Kathleen, I'm organising the help for you, so stay on the line.
Okay, thank
We'll
you.
be there as soon as we can, but it can take up to an hour. It can be a little bit longer depending on how busy we are. Obviously, we'll be there as soon as possible.
It won't take long, will it?
Be there as soon as we can, madam. Okay, Kathleen?
Okay, thank you.
In North London, Shani and Dave are taking the patient who is threatening suicide to A&E.
I know for a fact from his history, because I've picked him up before, that he had a lot of heartbreak when he was a child. And I've heard his stories before, absolutely horrific. You wouldn't wish it on anyone. And there's nothing we can do other than listen to him, because I can't make it better. I can't take that pain away for him, and he will use alcohol to take the pain away.
Every year, it's estimated over 1 million people are admitted to A&E for mental health problems.
Is this Kathleen? Yeah. Kathleen, you just called. Yeah, I'm sitting here in agony. I can't go okay for nothing.
Over the next 2 hours, Kathleen, who has dementia, calls a further 5 times.
Emergency ambulance. What's the address of the emergency? I've been waiting 20 minutes now. You've been waiting 20 minutes? Yeah.
Tonight, we're on about 15 calls now in the space of about 5.5, 6 hours. So she's been pretty... And some of those were whilst the ambulance crew and the district nurse were in the house with her, telling her you don't need to go to hospital. We have to do something. We've got to break this cycle, because if we don't, it'll impact on the area and the people around her. And, you know, it's not their fault either.
After consultation with a senior clinician, the decision is taken only to send an ambulance to Kathleen this evening if her daughter, who is travelling to check on her, believes it is absolutely necessary.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Kathleen?
Yeah.
Hello, Kathleen. It's Liam from the ambulance again.
Yeah.
Kathleen, an ambulance will not come now
Why
tonight.
not? Why not? Because I'm in pain.
Kathleen,
I
we've
can't go
been
bed.
to you already tonight. You've had the district nurse out tonight.
No, no.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but she had nothing with her.
Yes, but she knows you well.
No, I'm going to make me well if I can. I'm 91.
I know.
Nothing's done for me.
Kathleen?
Can I have an ambulance, please?
Kathleen, no.
Yes, I want one.
The ambulance will not be coming to you tonight,
No, I've got to
Kathleen.
keep phoning and phoning and
Kathleen,
phoning.
I also need to tell you, if you do keep phoning and phoning, the ambulance will still not come. We'll ring you back every now and again, one of my colleagues.
No, I'm in pain. I've had it ever since this morning. Can't go to bed.
Okay, Kathleen, I'm going to go now.
If I do myself in, something to be... I got one worry about me.
Kathleen?
I'm going to do myself in.
I'm now going to speak to your daughter before it gets too late,
No,
okay?
I'm going to do myself in now.
No, you're not, love.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to speak with your daughter. It's been nice talking to you, Kathleen.
No.
Speak to you soon, Kathleen. Bye-bye.
No, 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 no.
So I've actually muted Kathleen now. I just want to hear what she's doing while she's in the background. OK, she's put the phone down. Oh, she's picked it up again. And she's put it back down again. 999.
Kathleen?
You will like the pain I'm in. I'm
We'll always answer the phone to you, Kathleen.
Yeah,
all right,
no.
I'm going to ring your daughter now, darling.
No,
Bye-bye
no,
for now. Bye-bye, darling.
Pain. I've got pain.
Kathleen, you only need to ring us. You only need to ring us if something changes.
Please.
All right, I'll speak to you later, Kathleen. Bye-bye for now.
So, again, I'm going to mute, and I will probably not wait much longer. She's phone 999. She's straight back on the phone, so I'm going to hang up now. I'll ring her daughter. It's always distressing, because she's absolutely adamant and convinced that she must have an ambulance. Nothing else will do. Nobody believes her. She wants to go to hospital. It's now 11:15 at night. They're not going to be doing anything for her at the hospital. This is an ongoing problem for 1 to 2 years. You know, conscious of her age, but to her, it's real. And she's entitled to courtesy, she's entitled to respect, but what we have to do is just manage her demand. There you go, she's straight back on the phone again.
Kathleen, listen. I have to hang up because I need to take other emergency calls. No, no, no. Okay. Call and call.
onto the track.
4 hours into their shift, Andy and Dean are on their third patient of the night.
You're definitely liking the old Dido, aren't you? Tonight? Feeling the kid again.
I do like that siren.
All you need is a bell as well. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding.
It's very easy to roll your eyes sometimes at the kind of thing that you're being sent to.
It's just here, isn't it?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there when he fell. I got.
What, did he fell from this height?
He didn't get up. I'm pretty sure he was under the influence.
Well, it's
I know.
the time, isn't it?
I think the guy was there. He's drunk. That guy there.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, dude. Leo, mate. Fella.
I'd never have, in a million years, wouldn't believe the kind of things that people phone an ambulance for.
How you doing, mate? It's the ambulance. You hurt yourself on the train.
It's people who shouldn't be calling for an ambulance, or not even not calling for an ambulance, but shouldn't even be seeking medical attention at all, really.
This call was not exactly as it was given.
Andy and Dean have spent 40 minutes with this patient. Meanwhile, there are 17 callers in the west of London still waiting for an ambulance.
A very intoxicated gentleman who's just taken a stumble and I think hit his head rather hard.
And tell me exactly what's happened.
Basically, I have an infection in my testicles, and pain is very painful at the moment. I can't even pain.
What's happened?
You've got male, 25.
Yep.
Currently lying on a bench shaking. He's reported to the supervisor that he's overdosed on codeine, which the supervisor believes is some kind of codeine-based painkiller.
Okay, Kathleen, I'm going to have to clear the line now to make sure I'm emergency call. So if there's any change, call us back, but otherwise...
keep calling.
Please don't keep calling.
We've spoken at length about your mum, Kathleen, tonight, and my clinical advisor on call, the senior, has agreed with me that we will put this no send in for tonight.
Right, okay.
Mum has been told,
Yeah.
to be perfectly blunt, she didn't take a blind bit of notice. So I had 5 phone calls on 999 whilst I was on the phone to her. Now, something Mum did put to me when I was near the end of the call with her, which I've never spoken to Mum much before, so I don't know if this is normal. Does she threaten to do away with herself?
Yes, I've had that as well.
Okay, so...
I used to get really upset with it. I'm hearing it so frequent now.
That's normal. That's normal and frequent from her.
Yes, it is.
Does she have any record of having attempted to do away with herself?
No, she hasn't. No.
Does she have any means of doing it?
She's only got paracetamol.
And does she use them?
Well, I think half the time she forgets to take them anyway.
Okay, all right. So she's unlikely to do it because she forgets to take them anyway. Okay. We are not going to send unless, out of hours, Doctor, someone else or you tell us to, but we will collect all Mum's calls. They will be reviewed by one of my clinicians in the clinical hub, so it'll be a paramedic with experience in this. Every now and again, periodically, we may try to ring her.
Yeah.
But once Mum stops ringing, I don't plan to wake her up by phoning her to see if she's all right.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, Linda, all the best. I hope Mum feels better soon.
Yeah, so do I.
But I don't know that tonight's going to make any impact on her, to be perfectly honest.
Probably not.
All right.
Because I think it's the mental stage now that she's reached, actually.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, lovely.
Thank you very much.
All the best. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I've got to be honest, she's somebody's mum, and in a few years' time that could be you, me, or anybody else. And I would want them to be treated with the utmost care, decency, but it's got to be appropriate. She's on the phone again. Oh, Kathleen, for crying out loud. Anyway, there you go, some you win.
I'm in terrible agony.
Okay, and I'm sorry for that, I really am. I'm sorry for that, but I am going to clear the line now to take another emergency call.
General Broadcast Mobiles looking for any ambulance or FRU at the moment for a emergency call. 16-year-old female who's been had her hands slashed by a machete. London can seem quite cold and lonely sometimes. If nobody knows who you are, nobody's going to talk to you. When I first arrived, I used to say hi to people I passed on the street, because that's what we do back in my hometown. I stopped that fairly quickly. It's not so much that London destroys my faith in humanity, but it does test it.
Hello, CAD 85. All right, thank you. Bye.
It looks like it's a hostage taking.
In the northwest of London, a serious Category A call has just come in. But none of the 28 crews covering this area are currently available. Within a mile of the suspected hostage-taking, one crew is on a mental health call, another crew is treating a patient with septicemia, and Shaney and Dave are helping an elderly faller up off the ground.
And then what we'll do is we'll all go together. We'll pull up, and you'll push up with your legs. 1, 2, 3. Push, 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 push. Push, push. Just try and stand up for us.
It's all right, we're here.
Let me just GB this. General Broadcaster Mobiles, looking for an ambulance, please. For a police call, 50-year-old male has locked himself in the property, saying he's harmed someone inside and is armed with a knife. It's turning into a hostage-taking. That's any ambulance available, please. Any ambulance able to assist? If you could, please go green or make yourself known. General Broadcaster 38, Foxtrot Bravo, Rep Base out. General Broadcaster used when we were holding calls and don't have trucks available for them immediately. We just put out the general broadcast so they can hear it and respond if they can.
Yes, Echo 380. Do you want to just hold that call for a couple of seconds while we can get out to the vehicle and take that one over?
Roger, 380, as quick as you can. Thanks for coming up, I appreciate that. It's only going to take them 6-7 minutes to get there.
Northwest 5, thought this is round the corner from station.
It's not far, is it?
999.
You need to get our stab jackets on. When you get situations that involve violence, stabbings, guns, we will drive to the call. They'll keep us updated and they kind of keep you back until the police are definitely on scene. You kind of have to suss it out en route. Control are in touch with you. You'll get little snippets of there's lots of shouting going on. Our safety comes first because we're no good to a patient if we're not safe.
When Shaney and Dave arrive, police are already on scene and have arrested a man.
He's hurt himself with a knife of some sort, but the problem is he's saying that he's murdered other people. He's suggesting that one's in the bin or someone's in his flat, and they've been through his flat, they've been through the bins. They cannot find any evidence of someone being murdered.
Let's get you in the warm, all right? Get you out of this cold. Just here, yeah? Any drugs? Yeah? What have you had? Cocaine and heroin tonight. How did you take the heroin? You smoked the heroin, and how did you take the cocaine? Snorted the cocaine and... Okay. How much did you have? Not a lot. How much is not a lot, mate?
Not enough.
Not enough. Let's just get a bit of a what's happened so I understand better what's happened. So you've had an argument with your girlfriend, and then who's done these injuries? Did you do them yourself or has someone done them to you?
I was fighting with someone.
You were fighting with someone?
In the bin.
And you put them in the bin?
I think I cut myself when I killed the person.
Okay. Are you hearing any voices at the moment? You are, yeah? What are the voices saying in your head?
I don't know what to say. Nice man. So I'm gonna go to prison for a fucking long time, and she don't understand that I'm a lunatic.
There's no one been hurt by you, mate.
I'm a fucking lunatic. I want to be off the streets. I want to be in Baltimore for the rest of my life. Oh, I know that.
I've been through your flat, my friend, and there's nothing. There's no one in there, and there's no signs of you hurting anyone. And I think what's happening is what you took earlier is making you think that something's happened, and it clearly hasn't. Okay, so you just relax. You're not going to prison for a long time.
He's calming down, and I think Dave and the policeman at the moment are building up quite a good rapport with him because he was quite emotionally upset earlier, and it's hard to get the full history. But he's only got a few cuts on his hand, nothing life-threatening.
I just want to go and get 6 years. want to get sex. Because I'm a danger to myself. I'm a danger to anyone else. I'm a danger to myself.
We will get you looked at on
The police are going to take him to the police station. They're going to get him to see his FME, and then they'll talk to him about the mental health side of things and take it from there.
Echo 380, good morning. I just wondered, what was the actual outcome in the end, over?
This gentleman had locked himself in his flat. His girlfriend had got in touch with the police. Police had gone round. He'd then self-harmed to his hands. We've assessed him, but we're not taking him to hospital.
Roger, 380. Thanks for the update. Glad everything worked out and you guys are okay, over.
Wonder how many people have seen a sunrise in London as many times as we have, eh?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it is nice. No one around, really.
I'd rather be on that plane that's flying over.
That's very true. Where do you want it to be going, Shane?
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Cyprus.
Cyprus? I'll go with the Bahamas.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to be on it. Never mind where is it going.
This is true.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Hold back the night from us.
There's always a sense of relief that we got through it when we finish. We all walk out of there at the end of the day knowing we've done the best job to the best of our abilities.
I can't believe I used to hate this job, and now I love it. A lot of the time it's kind of nonsense that we go to anyway, but when it's genuine,
yeah, buzz out of it.
People call us when it's literally the most desperate they could ever be. And who do they call? 999 ambulance.
Well, it's not the Ghostbusters, is it?
No.
Out over the rivers and on.
Everyone's a little bit broken in some way. Everyone. Some of us have hit rock bottom and been depressed, you know? So we can use that to our advantage to make us understand what people need, how to help people better.
All the weirdness is over for tonight.
I like a bit of weirdness in the morning.
We just had a cardiac arrest in a brothel.
Oh, lovely. Well, I mean, if you're going to arrest, that's the way you want to go, isn't it?
Well, and that's it, my friend. We'll go home and get some sleep.
Going downtown where there's people.
What's the address of the emergency?
East Baker Street. It's over on the junction of Dorset Street. Just on the crossroads. It looks like there's a baby swan here.
Sorry, there's a baby swan?
Oh, this lady's just phoned you. Her English isn't very good.
And what's you saying there's a baby swan?
Yeah, it's by a tree. It looks like it's been hit by a car.
It's a swan as in like a duck?
Yeah, doctors can't contact the RSPCA at this hour in the morning, but help.
The ambulance service, and we won't be able to help you with a swan who's been hit.
No, cheers, mate.
Alright, take care, bye-bye.
Cold city lights glowing. The traffic of life is flowing out over the rivers and on into dawn. Hold back the
Next time, it's the weekend shift.
OD on cocaine and MDMA. Red one.